So entrepreneurship is a weird and funny thing, and in this video I want to talk about, is it worth it? Is the journey worth it? People with dreams have built what we have now, and in the 21st century we have access to so much information out there that it's really impossible not to be successful in this day and age. The reason I think a lot of people are struggling right now is just because there's an oversupply of information, and it's the wrong information out there. So in this video I want to talk about, is entrepreneurship and this whole make money online business stuff really worth it? Because you really have to give up a lot. I'm not here to say it's easy. I'm not here to say that you can do it, because not everyone can and not everyone does. Because if it was so easy, everyone would have millions of dollars in their bank accounts, right? But the reality is some people just never make it, even though they try and try and try, and they just never give up. But I think that's what it comes down to, right? What I'm seeing a lot of people doing is just copying what others are doing, and it's just not working for them, and then they think, okay, this isn't for me, and they just give up. For me, like with SMMA and this whole marketing thing, it took me 9 months to get my first client. I did 100 pieces of outreach every single day for 9 months straight. 7 days a week, 5 hours a day, 100 to 200 messages every single day. I got no clients. Did I give up? No, because if I gave up, Donald Trump always says, just don't quit. If you don't quit, you will be successful. How many people throughout history and throughout your life you've known that have just quit on something? Imagine if they just stuck with it. There's literally thousands of people that could have been the next Usain Bolt, that could have been the next Roger Federer, that could have been the next Henry Ford, but they just gave up just before they seen success. To me, giving up isn't an option. I would rather die than give up on this. I will sooner die than give up on this. I'll be living on the street. I don't care. Okay, maybe I have to get a high ticket sales job for a little bit, right? But I'll never ever stop trying to make something on my own. And I think that's the difference between the people that make it and the ones that don't. They think it's easy. They see everything online. And look, it's a gift and a curse. Like, you watch these people wearing these Rolexes or APs or driving $300,000 Lamborghinis, or, these 25-year-olds making $3 million a year. And you just suffer from that FOMO, right? And you want it so bad yourself that you think it's easy, and then when you try and try and try for 6 months, 1 year, even 2 years, and you don't make it, then you kind of think, oh, it's not for me, it's actually harder, and just give up. No, you can't give up that easily. It doesn't even cross my mind to give up, right? I've been at this for 5 years. I've had ups and downs. It's been a roller coaster. And, that's the thing that people don't say. It's never just straight up. You're always going to have roller coasters and dips and that in your business. And that's okay. It comes with what we do online. What we're seeing is the top people make all this money, and then we think everyone else should be doing the same. No, that's not how this shit works, Sure, you can get there. No problem. But you don't understand what it actually takes. It takes sacrificing friends, sleep, family, girlfriends, going out. So I'll give you an example. For me, this was when I was doing cooking. I never seen friends. I didn't have any friends to begin with. I didn't have weekends. I didn't socialize. I didn't go to my graduation. I didn't go to any school parties. I didn't do anything. I was cooking. And that was the sacrifice I knew I had to make to get to where I wanted to go. And I was more than happy to do it. I've always been a person I'm happy to sacrifice anything. I don't care. It never really mentally bothered me not having friends or anything. Even now, I don't have any friends. I got one friend. That's it, who I see 1 time per year. Otherwise, I'm on my own. And that's okay. To me, I mean, for a lot of you, I'm not saying it's healthy, because it's probably not. But it's all I've ever known. I've never known anything different, and I don't have a problem with it. Now, look, you don't have to go to that extreme. If you've got friends and that, I'm not saying just completely cut them off. But what I am saying is, don't just go out on your weekends all the time, right? Actually sacrifice. All you need to do is figure out what you're willing to sacrifice. I never had a serious relationship. I never went on dates until my first date was when I was 25 years old, which is last year. So you've just got to understand what you're willing to sacrifice. There's a lot of things that I missed out on. I'm 25. I didn't go partying. I didn't do any of the things that these, 18, 19, 20-year-olds are doing. And that was okay to me. I never really cared about that. And still, looking back, I never cared about any of it. Even now, like when I have to sacrifice things, I'm more than willing to, because I know what my goals are. And that's what you need to ask yourself. What are you willing to sacrifice? You also need to be putting in more work than you actually already are. I'll give you an example, and this is what prompted me to make this video today, actually. So today, or when this call released, it's probably last week, but anyway, I just purchased this $27 per month product, right? And the reason I did is because I've been following this guy for years. He's a marketer. He gets insane results. He's very low key though. He's got a YouTube channel and a brand, but he's been running the same offer for 3.5 years, and everyone's kind of copied him, and everyone's kind of copying his $27 per month offer now. And I joined, and he's given so much value. It's honestly astonishing. It's made me think, okay, cool, I need to up my game. But anyway, what I was going to say is his agency is making anywhere from $600,000 to $800,000 per month. He's got quite a large team, but his agency is doing about $700,000 per month in revenue. Anyway, I was thinking, okay, this guy is never going to jump on calls, but lo and behold, he's got a weekly call for $27 a month offer. He's making $700,000 a month, and he does an hour-and-a-half call, group coaching call every single week, and only 10 or 15 people show up, which means you can get your questions answered. Do you know how insane that is? And not only that, he's doing it at 3:30 a.m. his time. He gets up one day per week at 3:30 a.m. to be on this coaching call, to provide as much value as possible. And that made me think I had to get up at like 6 a.m. for the call, and I thought that was bad. And I think, we could all be doing so much more. There are no excuses anymore. I think we put limitations on ourselves. Now, for me, I've always understood that anything is possible. Like, I know I can make millions of dollars online, especially through this YouTube channel here, but I want you to understand what it actually takes to get there. You have to be willing to sacrifice sleep. You have to wake up early. You have to sacrifice relationships. Now, you don't have to go to the extreme that I've done, because now I would love to network, and I do want to have good connections when I really don't. That's something that I am really lacking in my life. I do think when you're young, when you're starting out on this journey, you need to sacrifice going out. You need to sacrifice friends and going out with them. You need to sacrifice relationships, because at the end of the day, it doesn't sound glamorous and it doesn't sound sexy, but it's what's needed. And that's just been my personal experience, and a lot of other people say the same thing. And it's true. Sacrifice is what it takes. Like, I'm not here to say, yeah, you can make 10K in the next 30 days or 10K in the next 45 days by doing 30 hours or 30 minutes of work per day. That shit doesn't exist. Not when you're starting out. Like, everyone that you've seen that's been successful has worked their asses off, especially in the beginning. It takes sacrifice. And people aren't willing to say that in front of camera because it's not what sells, right? What sells is, oh, you don't have to do any work. You can do drop servicing, and you can outsource everything, and you can just sit back and collect payments on your laptop. That shit does not exist. Not yet, anyway. Not for you at this stage in your business journey. So that's something I just wanted to make a quick video on, and that changed my perspective today, right? A $700,000 per month agency owner is giving an hour-and-a-half of his time every single week for only $27 per month. And not only that, he's waking up 3:30 a.m. to do it. I've never even thought about that. If someone wanted me to do that, I'd just simply say no. So that changed my perspective on a lot of things and made me realize I can be putting in more effort too. And I should be. That's why I've been uploading 3 to 4 videos every single week. And my channel's been growing from it, slowly but surely. So yeah, just a different perspective. Entrepreneurship is worth it, but you've got to be willing to sacrifice for the first 1 to 2 years to really get the ball rolling, to gain that momentum, to put the systems in place and get your business off the ground. If you're not, I wouldn't even start, because you just would rather have the security of the 9 to 5, finish work at 5 p.m, mentally check out, watch Netflix, do whatever you want to do. Business is a 24/7 thing, especially in the beginning. It is well worth it, because it's what's going to allow you to make it essentially and live your dream. I'm not saying it's a sure thing and it's guaranteed. Very few people actually make it, but if you don't try, you'll never make it. So you need to try, and you need to put in the work, and you need to put in the effort that's required. You've just got to ask yourself, are you willing to do that? So hopefully this video was valuable. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.